A Butcher's Game, Chapter 43, Galavant's Ferry. One day I was panhandling in Florence, South Carolina at the mall. I had gotten some really strong heroin. They called it Gray Death. Me and a guy named Jacob. I done some and passed out under the trees. Mary, my girlfriend, came and woke me up, begging me for some, so I gave it to her. She went across the street to Chick-fil-A to the bathroom to get high. I fell back asleep under the trees. I couldn't keep from nodding out. I woke sometime later wondering where my stuff was and where my girlfriend was. So I made it across the street barely, people almost running me over because I was very high, falling asleep standing up. I made it to Chick-fil-A and sat down in a booth and passed out. They kicked me out and police arrested me for public intox. Luckily, Mary had taken my drugs out of my pockets, so I went to jail in Florence, South Carolina, then got out. They transferred me to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina jail, Horry County jail. I had a warrant there. I did about 30 days on that one and was released. I was also stranded in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, so I got the bright idea to walk all the way to Florence, South Carolina. Which that is a long way, 70 or 80 miles or so. I had to get back there because Mary was there, and Florence is not the best of cities, and it wasn't at this time, anyways. So my journey began. I had no idea which way to go. I had to stop and ask for directions several times. I also have flip-flops on, the kind that the strap goes between your toes. I walked 20 miles, got to a town, and went inside Waffle House. It was late in the night when I arrived. The gentleman working bought me an all-star breakfast meal with a Coca-Cola. It was delicious. I ate every bit of it. Then they gave me a pack of smoke since I was smoking cigarette butts out of jail. Apparently, they had been in jail before and knew how it was. I told them I was walking to Florence, South Carolina. I left and found a place that sold double wide trailer homes for the town I was in. I made me a little spot underneath one of the trailers and lay down into it and rested my eyes. I couldn't sleep because when I am released from jail, I can't sleep for at least 24 hours because I'm so excited about being free. I don't want to miss a thing. Always it's like that for me. When I continue walking, my feet were screaming out in pain. At this time, I had already walked a good 25 to 30 miles. Some guy gave me a ride to a beautiful little country town named Galavant's Ferry. Located in South Carolina, the town is built around a river. It seemed to me to be a great little town, and I will never forget it. I felt almost like God had made that town just for me. I had a feeling like I was at home there, or just supposed to be there. I do recall wanting to live there. I was at the gas station trying to hitch a ride with absolutely no luck, but that's how it is sometimes in little country towns. The people in the store were that were working, they seen me and brought me some breakfast. It was delicious, and I scarfed it down. Thanks, Abba, Father. Then I proceeded down to the river, took a bath underneath the bridge, and washed my shorts and t-shirt and put them on my backpack to dry. And I put my sweatpants on. I washed them, everything in the river, and put my sweatpants on and long sleeve shirt. I started off walking the highway. My feet were so cracked and splitting I could barely walk. I found a pair of steel-toe boots on the guardrail put them on. They were about 5 pounds apiece. Not much help for me, but better than the flops, with my feet drying and cracking in the salty air of the beach. So, as the story goes, it was starting to get hot outside, and I went over the guardrail on the wood line to change clothes. Sat down and stripped down to my boxers, and all of a sudden I realized I had sat on a yellow jacket nest. These things started stinging me everywhere. I got up and ran down the highway, getting stung in my skivvies, my boxers, slapping at them with my shirt. Oh man, it must have been a sight to see. I finally got away, put on my shorts and shirt while walking the highway. I was swollen up, my neck, my face, my arms, my legs, everywhere from these things. Something was trying to get me not to go back to Florence, South Carolina, and I think it may have been God, but I continued for Mary. I finally broke down at Dollar General, and they told me that somebody had hit the telephone pole the night before, and their telephones were out. So I had to walk 2 more miles before I finally got to the fireworks store and called Sydney for a ride. Thank you, my Lord, for getting me back from Myrtle Beach. Never will I forget all the things you have done for me, Abba. I write this to tell of your divine, amazing grace. You're my best friend, God. I love you.